30 definition of terms. Aperture. Adjustable opening, also referred to as f-stop, that controls the amount of light that is focused on the film. Aperture preference. Term used to describe the automatic exposure system used on some cameras in which a specific aperture is selected but the shutter speed adjusts automatically to expose the film to the correct amount of light. ESA, American Standard Association, formerly standardized rating number for film based on its sensitivity of light. Auto iris automatically regulates the amount of light entering the camera. Auto white balance electronically adjusts camera color levels. Autofocus automatically sets the focus from scene to camera. Automatic camera, a camera with a built-in exposure meter that automatically adjusts opening, shutter speed, or both for proper exposure. Auxiliary lens, a lens element added to a regular lens to shorten or increase the focal length. Background, the part of the scene that appears behind the principal subjects of the picture. Backlighting, light shining on the subject from the direction opposite the camera. Distinguished from front lighting and side lighting. Blur, indistinct image caused by movement or inaccurate force. Bounce light, a light source reflected of another surface and then onto the subject. Bulb, a shutter speed setting used to hold a shutter open from extended period with the use of a shutter release cut or continuous pressure on the shutter release button. Camera, a photographic apparatus used to expose sensitized film or plates to reflected lights formed by a lens. Camera, the photographer's point of view of the subject or scene as viewed through the lens or viewfinder. Cartridge, a lightproof container that is loaded with film in the dark and can be handled on place in the camera of the light. Cassette, a film cartridge or magazine, a lightproof holder used in autoradiography or exposing X-ray film to radioactive bolts. Close-up, a photograph taken close to the subject or evidence, often requiring an auxiliary lens. Macro and micro by degrees of close-up. Color, the sensation produced in the eye, the particular wavelength or group of wavelength of visible light. Color balance, the ability of frame to reproduce the color of a scene. Color balancing filter, used to balance color film with the color temperature of the light source and to prevent the formation of color gas. Color conversion filter, fairly strong filters used exposing fill light of a type marked difference from that from which the film was made. Contrast, The difference in intensities of light falling on the object parts of a subject. Dense, dark, negative, or positive film on paper that is overexposed, overdeveloped, or both. Length, depth of field, the zone between the foreground and the background that the fierce and sharpest focus for a particular lens, distance, and aperture. Depth of a field scale. Scale on the lens, barrel showing the near and far limits of depth of field possible when the lights is set at any particular focus and aperture. Developer, a solution used to turn a latent image into a visible image on exposed film or photography papers. Electronic flash, lighting unit utilizing the flash of light produced by discharging between two electrodes and a gas filled tube. Electronic viewfinder, a small TV monitor attached to a video camera for viewing of recorded images. Emulsion, a suspension of a salt of silver in gelatin or collodion used to coat film. That's all, sir.